Hello and welcome back, guys. So in this particular session what we'll be discussing is probability. Okay, so what is probability? It is basically the total number of outcomes, okay, or the probable of uh, of the desired event to happen. Okay, so it's basically out of total event, the one event that you have selected, what will be the basically probability of that occurring. Okay, so basically if I say, like, suppose you toss a coin, right? So what will happen in a coin? It's basically they'll have just two things in it, right? So it's either, when you toss a coin, it's either head or it's either tail, right? So basically that is two of the probable outcomes, right? So in this thing what will happen is that, so what's the probability of getting head, I might say, right? So the probability of getting head is number of head divided by total number of total outcome. Okay, so total outcome that it might be head, right? So 1 by 2. Okay, so same thing, I could say the same thing for dice, right? So what's the probability of getting, let's say, 3? So n3 divided by ns, right? Total number of sample, right? So how many are there in a dice? There are 6 of them, right? So what will be the probability then? So how many 3s are there out of the 6? Only 1, right? So 1 by 6. Okay, so if you're talking about cards, right? So what's the probability of getting king? So your number of kings divided by number of sample, right? So your total sample in a deck will be 52, right? So how many kings do you have normally over there? 4 kings, right? So 4 by 52. Okay, so 1 1 3. Okay, so 1 by 13 is your probability for getting a king. Okay, so basically that's what probability is, basically the desired event or the desired thing that will happen out of the total probabilities. Okay, so based on that you can basically figure out, like, suppose if the probability is higher, you are supposed to bet on that thing. Okay, so that you will basically get a reward for it. Okay, so same as this, same thing happens in a card deck or whatever that you're choosing. Okay, so what else you want me to talk about? So basically, if let's say, if from a 52 deck of card, suppose you might want to know how many will be the king, right? So probability of getting king or ace. Okay, so how do we find this out? Is basically probability of getting king, or you could also say this could be king union a. Okay, I'm using set theory, and then pk plus probability of getting ace, right? So nk, number of k divided by sample, plus number of a's divided by number of sample, right? So what we need to basically do is, how many kings are there? 4 by 52, right? In case of k's as well, a as well, a calls ace, so it's 52, right? So it will be 8 divided by 52. Okay, so how much will this be? So 2 and then 13, right? So 2 by 13 is your answer. Okay, so that's your probability of getting a king and an ace. Okay, so another good example what I could give you as well is that, so suppose there are let's say the total number of sample is, let's say, basically 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? And then 8 9 10. Okay, so what's the probability of getting the number which is divisible by 2? Okay, so number which will be divisible by 2, right? So will be, how many numbers will be divisible by 2? It's 2 4 6 2 4 6 8 and then 10, right? So it will be 2 4 6 8 and 10. So 1 2 3 4 5, right? So number will be 5 of them can be divided. Okay, So basically what we need to also look at is how many are the commonalities within it. Okay, so basically when we are speaking about the number which is divisible by 3, okay, let's say 3, right? So the number that will be divisible by 3 is 369, right? Okay, so from here how much will you get? 3, right? So basically your probability of getting 2 or 3 is n2 divided by ns plus n3 divided by ns, right? So your total number of sample is basically 10 of them, right? 10 plus 10 and then 5 and 3, right? So 8 divided by 10, so 2 4 5, right? 4 by 5. Okay, so that's your probability of getting number if which is divisible by 2 or the other number 3. Okay, so no, this is not the answer basically, so you'll have to subtract something else as well. In this case there is a common number as well over here. See, 6 is the common number, right? So the 2 intersection 3 divided by total number of sample, so minus you have one of them is common, right, out of the 10. So this will basically be 5 plus 3 plus 1 minus 1, right? So 7 by 10. Okay, your probability will be much less. So if you even divide it as well, 7 divided by 10, 70%, right? Whereas 4 divided by 5 was 80%, right? So you will also have to look at the commonalities, because that should be, because within this number, within this 5 and 3, this number has been included, right? Or like in same Venn diagram kind of situation, right? So these are the common elements, so we have to remove them as well. Okay, always remember that. So basically that's pretty much what probability is. I will start showing you with some more examples from 10 set. Okay, until next time, bye bye.